I'm just going to warn you right now, there will be spoilers in this review. Chase Lehocky here at the Blue Futon reviewing Late Night with the Devil. So what's this about? Pretty simple premise. You have a late night host that his ratings are kind of going like this compared to Johnny Carson. And he's like, I gotta find a way to do this. So what do you know? It's Halloween and he has these crazy contestants, guests on. And one of them is possessed by Mr. Regals. Wriggles. Yeah, Wiggles. I want to say Wiggles, but it's Wriggles. And you know what? Shenanigans is going to go down. So like I said in the beginning, there's going to be spoilers because I want to talk about the ending. And I think the ending is something to just dissect, and it really makes me want to talk about it. So when talking about the positives of the movie, there's not a lot of negatives. You could say the negatives is you wish some things were more explained, and that is fine, especially with this like cultish bird owl thing in the middle of the woods. Sure, I wish they explained that a little bit more. I wish they explained some characters. And you could say the ending's a little bit ambiguous, but at the same time, you're wondering what is actually going to occur. But when you talk about the positives, I don't remember the last time I've seen a movie filmed this way. And what I mean by that is you could call it, the Blair Witch Project-esque handheld camera style, or the stationary camera, or the split screen. It just felt different. The aesthetics, the actual filmmaking, the actual look of the movie. It felt like I haven't seen this in quite some time, and I really did enjoy that. The acting by everyone involved, fantastic. The story, intriguing. This is only an hour and a half-ish movie, and so it didn't overstay its welcome. Even though this is one of the movies where it's like, if you added 15 minutes to it, I would not have complained whatsoever. This movie gave me goosebumps. Very few horror movies give me goosebumps. This did it. This is one of the things at the ending where you know exactly what scene I'm talking about, where they're watching playback footage. And that's all you gotta say. There's this crazy-ass worm one where it totally got me. And I was like, congratulations on that part. So, overall, like, before I go into the real spoilers, I just want the viewers to know, pretty simple, if you want a interesting, smart, unique style of horror movie that you haven't seen in quite some time, that does good sizzling scares. And what I mean by that, there's not a lot of jump scares. It is more like, ooh, this is sizzling. Kind of like The Conjuring. It's a build-up. It's a sizzle. It sizzles up and boom, it hits you right in the fucking face. And I really, really enjoyed that. So now, let's go into the more of the spoilers of what I want to talk about the ending. So how the ending goes is he thinks he's going to stab his wife, but he doesn't stab his wife. He stabs the girl that is possessed. And you're thinking, okay, but before that, shenanigans ensues. Heads are getting cut off. Heads are getting spun. Throats are getting chopped off. People are getting burnt to death. And you're thinking, okay, this crazy ass, it felt like, a little bit like a VHS type of like, ending, which I truly dug it. But then it goes to these weird things of like subliminal messaging. I think one of the subliminal messaging is TV is bad for you. And what I mean by that, this movie opens up with like the Vietnam War, the Richard Nixon issues, assassinations, violence, riots, everything happened in America. And something happens at the very end where he's like, turn off the TV. Because if you do turn off the TV, because let's be honest, you watch TV and it's doom and fucking gloom everywhere. But if I walk outside my house right now, it's quiet, it's peaceful, I could go for runs. Maybe because I'm in the middle of nowhere, USA, but that's fine. But just every time you turn on the TV, it's like negative. Doesn't matter. CNN, negative. MSNBC, truly negative. It's just like, calm down. The world is not nigh. And so I think there's a message with that. There's also a message of, I would say sell your soul to become famous, which I understand that message to a point, but I think it was a little bit weak when it came to him signing the paper, because it's like signing a contract. Everyone signs a contract to make a movie, to go into, civil service, to become a nurse, like traveling nurse, military. You sign a contract, but does that really mean you sell your soul away? Because when it had this style of, selling your soul away, you don't really get it, but then it felt like this news station, or Hollywood, if you want to put it that way, is cultish. So I don't know if they're trying to say is Hollywood is a cult-ish thing, which then brings me up to the conspiracy theory of why John Cena was actually naked at the Oscars, because there's a conspiracy theory where anyone in Hollywood has to do something embarrassing to like be part of the group. So it does make you wonder, is this movie kind of like leaning that way? Because you have Ricky Gervais saying some stuff where you're like, haha, that can't be true. Oh shit, it's true. So it makes you wonder if they're doing that as well. Because when he does sign the contract, you're thinking, oh, it's a 5-year contract. They do it all the time. Late night show hosts do it all the time. SNL cast members have contracts. So you're just like, okay, I understand that. It's the ending though. Was the devil really there? Was this girl really possessed and caused all this carnage? Because it kind of just stops. Like I said, when they do the playback footage, that's when it really like, he sees his dead wife, then it just shenanigans. People dying, and his psyche goes absolutely fucking crazy. So I guess my question is to the viewers watching this, did the Mr. Wriggles actually kill those 3 members, or was it the late night host? I'm going to go with Mr. Wriggles, if not mistaken, but I guess my thing is he stabs the girl, right, thinking it's his wife, because he sold his soul to the devil to become number 1. But I guess when he killed the girl, is he going to become a hero or a villain? Because at a point, because the whole point of that last scene is what's on camera has got to be real, right? So if the camera is showing this girl's head splitting open, her getting her head basically half sliced off with a necklace, a guy 180 and burnt to death, and then you see him killing this girl that did it, is he the hero or is he going to go to jail? So what did he sign his life away for? So I guess that's my ambiguousness of it. And I did read a couple comments where it's like there's a lot of subliminal messaging into the movie. Like the wife is like in very like second pieces, like in a stopwatch, in a mirror. And unfortunately, I missed all those things. So that's unfortunately my fault. But when it comes to this, I just want to know what the viewers think the ending actually means. Was he part of a cult? Did he sign his life away to become number 1, even though it took 5 full years to get to number 1? So that's where I'm just kind of like wondering what is actually occurring. And was Mr. Wriggles, because it was like a whole 3-year thing. And I wish they explained a little bit more of that house. But like I said, I understand that they didn't want to do it. It's mostly focusing on the main Jack character. But overall, Late Night with the Devil, 100% unique. This is one of the IFC's best films, because that's the shitty thing about IFC and Shudder, when they have these weird ones like Shinamadic. I know I'm saying that wrong. Stop motion. Some of them are just like a little bit disappointing and very niche-y. This one didn't feel niche-y. It did fantastic in the box office for this budget, and I think is going to get a 4K release, and that's freaking awesome for a movie like this. So Late Night with the Devil will receive a 4.5 out of 5 Futon, which equals at 90%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So I have critics a 97% with 146 of them. Audience score at 82% with over 250. Critic consensus: delightfully dark, Late Night with the Devil proves possession horror isn't played out, and serves as an outstanding showcase for David Dastmalchian. I'm pretty sure I said his name completely freaking wrong, but absolutely agree. There were haunting moments, fantastic. But like I said, it's the ending where I'm like, okay, what is actually occurring? And, you know, maybe some explaining. Like I said, this is a movie where if you give me 15 minutes, I would still probably give you a 90%. So 90, 97, 82. Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Bhutontopia. You Bhutonans, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Now, I don't care if you watch today, tomorrow, week from now, for a year from now. I love every single one of you. The question is, who has signed the soul with their devil? Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers. Is there another person? Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon, he's probably the most harmless one. I do think Colbert or Kimmel signed the soul with the devil because they were promoting the Pfizer the most. The mark of the beast.